What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out one of the latest robot vacuums from Dreame called the L10 Pro. So this is a 2-in-1 device, that means that it can vacuum and can also mop. So you can attach a mopping module at the bottom and then the vacuum can go around your house and mop as well. This one also has a Lidar Navigation system. That means that the vacuum will make a map of your house. It knows exactly where it's been. It's not gonna go over the same area twice. So having a vacuum that has a navigation system like this one is much more efficient than one that doesn't have a navigation system. Typically, the ones that don't have a navigation system will just bounce around your house and they never know where they've been. Well, with this one, it's gonna know exactly where it's been at all times. It's not gonna miss any areas and it's gonna be much faster than a vacuum that doesn't have a navigation system. This one also gets a 3D obstacle avoidance system, so we have some sensors on the front here, so this vacuum will not go over small toys, over shoes, over socks, whatever you leave on the floor. So this one will avoid objects on the floor. With the other vacuums that I've tried in the past, if you leave something on the floor, the vacuum will typically go over it or try to push it out of its way because it doesn't see it. Well, this one actually sees small objects on the floor and it does a pretty good job at avoiding them. We are starting with a very quick unboxing. So the vacuum comes in a good looking box and inside the box you're gonna find everything you need so you can get started right away. The first thing you're gonna see in there is the user manual, and if this is your first robot vacuum it will make sense to actually read that user manual. Aside from that, we are gonna find the vacuum itself. We have the little side brush. You have to install that yourself, but it's super simple to install. You just push it in and that's pretty much it. And we also have the charging dock and the cable. So the vacuum can go back to its charging dock by itself. So if it runs out of power while it's cleaning, it will go back, recharge and then continue the cleaning cycle. If it's done cleaning and it still has power, of course it will go back to the charging dock because that's where it sits. So this can go back to its charging dock on its own. And aside from that, you're gonna find that mopping module that I mentioned earlier. So you can fill that up with water, you can install it at the bottom of the vacuum, and then you can have the vacuum go around and mop. The vacuum itself looks like most robot vacuums that we've been seeing over the past 3-4 years. So we have the same round shape and the vacuum is mostly made out of plastic. At the top here we have the navigation system, we have 3 buttons here, and you can open the top here and remove the dustbin. The dustbin is pretty big and the dustbin also contains the dust filter that you're gonna have to clean every so often and eventually change. On the front here we have a bumper. This vacuum is not gonna bump in that many objects because, as I mentioned earlier, we have that 3D obstacle avoidance system, so this one will not bump into furniture and stuff like that. Therefore there are almost no scratches on it anywhere because it barely touches anything around the house. At the bottom we have some more sensors, so this vacuum will not fall down the stairs. So we have sensors at the bottom that will not allow the vacuum to fall down the stairs. We have that side brush that I mentioned earlier, and then we have a brush in the center. So basically that brush pushes all the dirt towards the suction hole. That brush can also be removed and cleaned because that brush will catch a lot of hair on it over time, depending how much hair there is around your house. On one full charge, this can vacuum for about 150 minutes. Just to give you an example, for my house it takes about 60 minutes to complete a cleaning cycle. So this will never run out of power while completing a cleaning cycle at my house. However, if you do have a bigger home and the vacuum cannot finish a cleaning cycle, it will go back to its dock, recharge, and then continue the cleaning cycle and then once again go back to its charging dock. But in my case, because my house is fairly small, I can actually have this vacuuming and then mopping on one charge. But again, this will be different depending on how big your house is. Okay, so this vacuum can also be used with any phone, so any Android phone or any iPhone. You're gonna have to install an app called the Mi Home app on your device and then set this up. So the vacuum is basically connected to your home's Wi-Fi network and you control it from the phone. From the phone there you can see the map, so you can see the entire map of your house. You can set zones where the vacuum cannot go in there. You can set different rooms, so you can send the vacuum, for example, to clean just one room and then return to its dock. You can change settings, so everything is done from the app there. From the app you can also set schedules, so you can set a schedule when the vacuum should vacuum every single day or every 2 days or whatever you decide, and you can also control this manually. So let's say that you spilled something on the floor and you want to bring the vacuum there but you don't want to do a full cleaning cycle. Well, you can control this manually. Now this is going to be a bit loud, so keep that in mind. The microphone is right here. So you'd open the app and you go to the manual control and you can just drive this around. So kind of like this. It's not gonna fall off the desk because it has those sensors at the bottom, so it's not gonna allow it to fall off. But yes, you can control this manually as well. You can also change the suction power, so there are 4 levels of suction power. If you use it in the quiet mode, you can barely hear the vacuum around the house, but if you want the vacuum to do a really good vacuuming job, probably use it at the maximum suction power. I personally use it at the maximum suction power, and like that it vacuums and picks up everything from the floor when it passes over it the first time. So no need to go over something twice. But again, it depends if you're working from home, if you want the vacuum to do just a light cleaning and so on. As for mopping, yes, this can mop as well, but the mopping doesn't include any scrubbing, so this will do a light mopping over your floors. It's good enough for dust and stuff like that, but if you do spill something on the floor and it gets dry, this is not gonna pick that up. So this just drags a wet cloth over your floor. Basically, then you actually remove that cleaning cloth from the bottom, you wash it, and then you can attach it again. So this can do a bit of mopping, but don't expect some crazy mopping like other vacuums that we've seen in the past that are dedicated mopping vacuums. So this will do a bit of mopping, but very light mopping. So overall, the L10 Pro is one of my favorite robot vacuums that I've tried over the past few months, mostly because of the good navigation system that we have and the 3D obstacle avoidance system. This one will not hit any furniture, will not run over cables, toys and whatever I have left on the floor, even though it is ideal to clean the floor as good as possible before having a vacuum. But this one avoids all that, and it also has really good suction power, better than other ones that I've tried in the past. So it only has to go over one area once and it will pick up everything from the floor, no matter if there are carpets or hard floors. So if you're looking for a new robot vacuum, this is definitely one that you should consider. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.